radio show is more important than any other mainstream media outlet that exists.
The Breakfast Club.
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Come on, baby, don't play with it.
Strike the blue hot.
You think I'm gonna come here when this ain't hot?
DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God.
Being here next to all of you guys, it's really big.
It's one of my favorite shows to do, just because y'all always keep it 100, y'all keep it real. But what better place than here?
I think everybody should go on the Breakfast Club and start with that if you want to shake it up.
Good morning, USA! Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, so we have Loren Lorosa. She's back. She's our guest host. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Loren Lorosa. We are back, man, live from the Black Mothership. Okay, the Breakfast Club. Another day to serve.
That's right.
Another day to serve the people.
That is right.
Yes, indeed.
This morning walking in, I seen Loren walking in.
Oh my God, he scared the heck out of me.
You better keep your head on the swivel in New York.
I was already on the swivel.
She wasn't really on the swivel.
I did. It was a guy sitting in his truck, and I was like, if we hit this corner and I see the reflection of somebody in the light of the parking garage, he's following us. So I saw the reflection. I turned back to make sure it was him and not somebody else, and it was him. And I'm like, why would you just pop up like that?
Why would you just pop up like that?
I was walking.
Creep.
I was walking to the station, and she was walking in
If
front
I was
of me.
holding, it would have been over for you.
I was gonna play, but I said I ain't playing.
Yeah, because I'm a G. I'm from Delaware.
I was gonna just grab
like,
a pocketbook. I was just gonna grab a bag and see, but I was like, she might have some mace and spray me. That was not gonna be funny.
Always do the Negro welcome call when you see somebody you know, just to let them know that's it. Just to let them know that, yay, everything's good. It's copacetic. That's somebody I know. Even if you don't know the person, when you hear the year, you know that's a welcoming thing. Like, oh, okay, that's somebody I know.
Not as a woman at like 5 a.m.
Even the year?
Not in New York. That year can be like, you're light skin, what's up? Dark skin, what's up? And if you don't turn around, you never know. A rock may be coming your way.
Well, see, I've been out of the game for so long, I wouldn't think year is like a mating call. I would think like...
They call all types of things.
Damn.
Nah, that's just a check and you know it's me, yo. Just be careful. That's what it is for me. But 5 o'clock, everybody got their hood on, and it's kind of cold, it's nippy.
And he had his hood on too. I'm like, bro.
But here's Loren looking like she just left the club, or she's about to go to the club.
All jokes aside, when the painted on beards and everything, like the painted on beards and the painted on hairlines,
all jokes aside,
very
then he starts
suspicious.
there, right?
Look very suspicious in the wintertime.
Now that I'm here in person, I don't think that his beard is painted on.
Thank you.
On TV, it looked painted on.
On TV, I will say it doesn't do you any justice. But
it looked like a lace front on his chin on TV.
A very well laid one.
Yeah.
You go to good people.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but
it's a good one because the girls is out here showing their lace, so it's a good one.
It just looks suspicious when you see somebody with a hoodie on and the painted on beard, because you're like, why are they in disguise? It's not Halloween yet. Why all the face paint on his face?
How does it always get to me? I was just saying I seen it this morning. That's all it was. All right, well, let's get this show cracking. We got front page news coming up. We got to talk about the Republican debates last night. Did you guys see it?
I fell asleep.
I saw clips on Twitter.
All right, we'll get into it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Loren Lorosa, with us. And let's get in some front page news. Now, quick sports. Now, the Lions take on the Packers tonight in Green Bay at 8:15. And Damian Lillard, he was traded to the Bucks. It was a 3-team deal. What does that mean for the Bucks? I think that's great for the Bucks.
I think that's fantastic for the Bucks. You got an amazing 1-2 punch with Dame Lillard and Giannis. They still got Chris Middleton.
Middleton's led.
Malik Beasley, right?
Beasley.
I think Malik Beasley still there. I don't know. I mean, I know they're gonna be good. I know that much.
I think they're gonna be great.
I don't want to hear nobody talking to me about Taylor Swift all season in the NFL. That's what I don't care about. Okay?
You know she's going back to the game this weekend.
I know that. And
so now you care.
Why is that a story? Why is that on the back page of my New York Post this morning? I don't care about that.
They announced that.
That's so strange to me.
I don't know, but I did.
I don't know.
Because I was when I read it, they had to detail her security thing, and I was saying the thing.
Who is she, the president? They got to come sweep the building before Taylor Swift comes in.
She's freaking Taylor.
And the
Swift.
fact that they allow them to sweep the building.
I don't know, but I know all the NFL players are being asked about meeting her and all of that. So
I'm a Cowboy fan, but guess who I'm rooting against all season long now?
Taylor Swift?
The Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift.
I bet you are rooting against white women.
All right. Damn right.
Okay, guys.
Not against white women, but in the Beyonce versus Taylor debate, whose side you on, Loren?
Beyonce, stop playing with me.
Okay then. Okay.
Let's get to test because I could do this all day about Beyonce, Taylor Swift.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's jump right into it. Last night, Republican debate.
Yes, the Republican debate was going down last night, the 2024 presidential primary Republican debate. Now, many were watching to see who was going to call out Donald Trump. And Mike Pence, Ron DeSantis, and Chris Christie all stepped up to do it. There's a couple of different things I want to point out to you. Let's take a quick listen first at how Chris Christie came at Donald Trump.
Donald, I know you're watching. You can't help yourself. I know you're watching, okay? And you're not here tonight. Not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I fell asleep, but I did see some of that. I saw Ron DeSantis take a shot. And I don't know who's writing the GOP's jokes, but they got to stop.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't land.
Donald joke dope was terrible. Yeah. Mike Pence had a terrible one too, and he said Joe Biden shouldn't be on the picket line. He should be on the unemployment line.
Yeah, they tried it all.
When I say crickets.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of crickets last night. The jokes weren't landing. Some of them did, but overall, everybody was competing to see who had the best wisecracks. And, we talked about Tuesday if they were going to ask Tim Scott about, his comments about firing the union workers. And that's exactly the first question that they threw out there. I want you to hear his response to that, and then we'll come back and talk about a couple other highlights.
Obviously, the President of the United States cannot fire anybody in the private sector. However, we should look back at the first bill in Congress under Joe Biden. The first bill had $86 billion for the union pensions because they continue to overpromise yet underdeliver. One of the challenges that we have in the current negotiations is that they want 4-day French work weeks, but more money. They want more benefits, working fewer hours. That is simply not going to stand.
Yeah, I saw that part too before I fell asleep. He didn't really answer the question. I guess, Tim Scott didn't want to be on record saying he's against the strike again.
Right. And then he deflected and started, he did another joke. It was all about what he needed to be doing, like you said, the little corny jokes, but he said Joe Biden shouldn't have been on the picket line. He should have been on the southern border, closing the border. But let's just put this on the record. Tim Scott's a damn lie. They're not asking, the union workers are not asking for more money and less work, so let's just first put that on the record. When people ask for 4-day work weeks, they still work the amount of hours. It's just a shorter work week. And what they're asking for is more money, fair pay. We played this clip on Monday, how it's been over 20 years for many of these workers to even have a raise. So my thing is this, last night it was all about, let's blame it on Joe Biden. Let's blame it on all Democrats and all Republicans. These union workers have been asking for raises for the last 20 plus years. And if I recall correctly, Democrats and Republicans have all had their fair share and not, taking care of these workers. So I just thought that was a real disgusting claim and not true at all.
What else I wanted to ask you, Ted? You think calling out Donald Trump is an effective strategy? Because I feel like if he's not there, they shouldn't even mention him, because the reality is the gap is so wide between him and everybody else. The best thing they can do is attempt to make folks, forget about him and just focus on them.
I saw a clip about that last night too.
I don't know if it's effective or not, but I think you noticed the first time nobody wanted to really call him out at all except Chris Christie. And now yesterday, a few others did. And of course, Ramaswamy, he made sure he raised his hand to be able to, to defend Donald Trump. But I think it is important to be able to say, are you willing, to take a stand and walk away from that base? Nobody really wants to risk pissing that base off. So it's more or less, it may not work. The people gonna rock with Donald Trump if that's what they choose to do. But I do think it was important to see who's willing to take leadership and say, listen, we need to move away. Like you've been saying, Charlamagne, we need to move away from Donald Trump if we want to save the Republican Party. And a lot of them have just been scared to do so.
Yeah, but
they did last night.
If he's up 40% in the polls, right? If I'm Donald Trump, I'm not going to any of these debates. Like, why would I go? Because
he don't need to go.
Yeah, because it actually could hurt me. But if I'm one of the candidates that's going for it, ain't I going to try to put out policy to take some of those people away from Donald Trump instead of attacking Donald Trump?
Well, I think last night they did a pretty good job talking about policy. Even, Ron DeSantis stepped up a little bit more. But Donald Trump was up the first time with the Republican nomination when he first ran. So it's not a matter. You don't really go to the debate because you're up or not. Donald Trump's not going to the debate because you don't want to have to answer about those 90+ charges. That's what that's right. They have to do. It's not about polls. Polls don't vote. And I think they even pointed that. Matter of fact, Ron DeSantis pointed that out yesterday. Polls don't vote. Remember, they said Hillary Clinton was going to win. The poll said she was going to win and she lost. So I think it was important to go on record to see if you were willing to go against Donald Trump. But more than likely, he still will get the nomination.
Yeah, I thought he answered that question well, too. That's when she asked him about the numbers and the margin being so big. Because he basically was like, he gave such a hope of like, I'm not worried about Donald Trump. I don't really care. Like, I got this.
Yeah, that's all I would focus on if I was one of those candidates. I'd focus on policy and legislation. That's right. Because Trump isn't speaking to policy and legislation. He's speaking to himself and how he's a victim and folks is out to get him.
Well, I will say that Nikki Haley did a good job talking about policy and legislation. I really do think, they did make up some of the time. The entire debate wasn't about Donald Trump. It was just a few moments where they took the opportunity to stand up against him. And a lot of Republicans don't do that. So I thought that was important.
GOP should clear the field, get rid of everybody, including Trump, and let Nikki Haley be the GOP candidate.
All right. Yeah. Well, that is front page news. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
My name is Rossi.
Rossi, what up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Hey, so I'm all the way from the west side on the west coast, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning over here where I'm at. I'm trying to be quiet because my kids are asleep.
Okay.
But I wanted to get off my chest, man. I listen to y'all every day.
Thank you.
Charlamagne the God, you are the truth. When it comes to mental health, DJ Envy, it just seems like if I was in front of you guys right now, you guys would be dope people to kick it with. Your energy is real.
Oh, thank you, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, one more other thing. Charlamagne the God.
Yes, sir.
The Dallas Cowboys suck.
I knew this was coming. I knew that you was buttering me up for something.
I like you, brother.
I knew it was coming.
I think I like you, brother.
I saw it coming. I knew you was buttering me up for something, yo.
So I got a birthday coming up. If you guys could give me like a birthday shout out, man, that'd be awesome.
Happy born day, King. How old you gonna be?
I'm gonna be 35.
Oh man, you're
happy
a young
birthday,
buck.
brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You have a good day, King.
All right, man. You too. God bless.
Glad to hear that 35 is young.
I mean, it's young to me, but it's not young to.
It is young.
To a 20-year-old.
It's young.
The 20-year-old, you ancient.
Young.
Hello, who's this?
Why y'all going back and forth over there?
Hello.
Good morning, DJ Envy. Good morning, DJ Envy.
What's
Can
up,
you hear me?
Sean Stone? I can hear you. What's the matter? You sound depressed. You all right?
No, I'm not depressed. I'm just wondering why you guys arguing over there. I hear Charlamagne and Loren going back and forth.
We always argue. That's what we do.
Yeah, he basically is trying to tell me that women hit their prime at 31.
I did not.
Damn it, man.
He is over here talking crazy, y'all.
You see how Loren has adjusted to the room?
my God.
That's not what I said.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Wow.
That's not what I said.
I've gotten hit before. I've gotten hit before from a woman that's over 31.
You did what?
So he ain't lying.
What you say?
What happened now?
Didn't you just say you guys are arguing about a woman hitting people over 31?
Hitting people?
No.
Yeah.
Now we angry. No, that's not what we were saying.
Wow.
Loren said that women hit their prime at 31.
I think this conversation is...
Loren.
It's okay. I don't even want you to go into that conversation. It's all right. It's all right.
Loren, I want to trade you. Actually. You remember when Dave Ciofalo did the black delegation?
Yes.
You said you want to trade me?
Yeah, I want to trade you from the black delegation, and we want to trade you for Jeannie Mai. So Jeannie Mai love black.
Wow.
If that was really true, she was still standing on the couch with her Air Max 95s on.
Wow.
Well, hey, she could get a next black double, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's
Where
okay.
we going this morning? This is getting
I don't
crazy.
know.
I just
feel
hear
like
points being made. I got a point made.
A point made?
What point did you hear?
I heard a point made.
He agrees with the slave trade of women, black women.
Wow.
This is what is happening today. It's too early for this.
I'm standing with my black sister.
Thank you.
But listen, but also DJ Envy, you're a real DJ, right?
Yes, I am.
Allegedly.
I am.
Can you play that Dame Dollar new song, Paid in Full with Toby?
He don't even know who Dame Dollar is.
You talking about Damian Lillard?
Yeah, Damian Lillard, because I hit him up on YouTube, and I told him that his song sounds dope, so he said I should request it on the radio. So I want to request Dame Dollar, man. That's a tough song, man. You should listen, man.
You see how he didn't even reply to you. He don't even want to lie to you this morning.
I'm not going to lie.
Charlamagne, why you acting like Dame Dollar is not a good rapper?
I think Dame Dollar can rap his ass off, but I know that Envy's hating because he's a buck and not a Nick. I know how this works.
I mean, I would prefer him to be a Nick, but I don't have Damian Lillard's song.
Even though I love Milwaukee.
Go to YouTube and play the song. I played it on radio, man.
All right, I'm going to listen to it.
You heard the song?
I'm not going to lie to you, Sean. I'm going to go listen to it, all right?
Yeah, go check it out, man. Dame Dollar, shout out to you, man. In my head, you like my best friend, like LeBron.
I thought I was your best friend in your head.
You what?
I don't know why y'all keep talking about giving each other. This is crazy.
Nobody said that about me.
This is crazy.
Oh my God.
You know that's Travis's, man. Stop it.
I do not want to come between your relationship with Envy.
Thank you, Sean.
Rap with me all the time.
I'm not trying to play a game of grab ass with you all the time. But listen, salute to Damian Lillard. Going to Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee.
Yeah, shout out to
Milwaukee holds a special place in my heart because they're the first city to ever syndicate the Breakfast Club on V100.7. So salute to everybody in Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee.
Facts. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Tony every day.
Your phone sound a little crazy. It sound like you said Tony.
Okay. No, this is Toy every day. How's it going?
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Okay, first of all, DJ Envy, I want you to know, because this is especially for Charlamagne, listen up. DJ Envy's DJing People's Choice Award. It is not called for one person supposed to hear the one song that they like, when other millions of people all throughout the world want to hear another song. Unlike the rest of the world, DJ Envy cares what the people of America think.
That's not true.
I don't know what he said because his phone was kind of sketchy, but I like it.
I know what he said. Envy does the People's Choice Mix at 9 a.m. every day.
Correct.
13 years.
Correct.
He takes requests, but he already does the mix. He don't listen to none of y'all requests.
Well, I see what they want beforehand.
No, you don't.
And I play the records that we play in the club.
What the people want.
Okay, so
not just one person.
So what do you want this morning?
All right, and the next thing I want to get into.
I love that.
What do you want this morning?
Hey, don't cut that man off. Go ahead, talk, brother. This morning? Go ahead, brother, talk. What's the next thing?
The next thing I wanted to get into was that last week you guys were talking about women, and a lot of the women was calling in talking about money and everything. But one woman in particular was saying how they was all, men are supposed to protect and provide because that's what the Bible says they're supposed to do. And it's always annoying to hear that what a man's supposed to do from the Bible, but they don't never mention what a woman's supposed to do from the Bible.
Teach us the biblical lesson.
Like, man is supposed to provide and protect for a woman, but it's in our nature. But how are we going to protect and provide for a woman when, there's no longer honor and value because the whole internet got access to her. Social media and everybody got access to her. There's no name. The value is not the same. They want modern day women, but they want an old fashioned man.
That's what the Bible says. The Bible talks about Instagram.
I don't know. Can you teach us that? What's that verse? The Bible verse with the Instagram and stuff?
No. So last week you guys got a woman and woman called.
Yeah, I remember.
You said that the woman.
No, we're just trying to understand what do you want women to do that the Bible says?
That's right.
Well, the woman was complaining that she was talking about money and finances and protecting and providing.
Right.
But women want men to protect and provide. And they want the men to have these old-fashioned traditions, but they want to be modern-day women with modern-day traditions.
Hey, I can tell you something the Bible says. I don't know what you're talking about. The Bible says that husband and wives should submit to each other. That is in the book of Ephesians. Submit yourselves to one another because of your reverence for God. Wives, submit yourselves to your husbands. Husbands, submit yourselves to your wives.
I don't know what Bible you reading, but the Bible he's reading says that women shouldn't be on Instagram.
Women shouldn't be on Instagram. You know what I mean?
I can't say it because they already think I'm angry up here. So
I think our duty
I'm glad
is
y'all
to
said
serve
it because
each other.
I was very confused. He wants you barefoot, pregnant, and off the net.
I think men and women, husband and wives, our duty is to serve each other. We should be of service to each other.
And whatever that looks like to you.
That's right.
All right. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way. Give us a little tease.
Yes, we are going to be talking about Kourtney and Kim Kardashian. The beef is not over, y'all. The sisters are going at it.
They got beef?
They've always had their little tiff. You never saw the viral video when they were fighting in the hallway in the house?
No.
Yeah.
Is their beef real since they have so much plastic surgery? Is it real meat?
Oh my God.
We'll get into it next. It's the Breakfast Club. Come on.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's
Happy
DJ
Thursday.
NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa's here. Let's get to the rumors.
Loren Lorosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute.
Move out the way. Made it. This is the rumor report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
On the Breakfast Club.
Lauren came in hot.
You know,
Didn't she, right?
I came in telling the truth. So Kourtney Kardashian and Kim Kardashian, they have historically had a very weird sister relationship. My headphones are not agreeing with the buttons today. They've had a very weird sister relationship. It's always been who's jealous of who or who thinks that they're more important than the other. It's super weird. There was an issue that happened when Kourtney Kardashian got married to Travis Barker. Mm-hmm. She did Dolce & Gabbana for her wedding, and a couple months after that, Kim Kardashian had a whole campaign with them, and there were all these reports that Kourtney was pissed off about it and that Kim was trying to steal her shine and all this stuff. And now on the season 4 premiere of the Kardashians, we're seeing a deeper look into that. We have some audio.
You cannot stand someone else being the center of attention. You came to my wedding. You couldn't be happy. You complained from the second you got there till the second you left. That's what it's about. You couldn't be happy that I was the center of attention and you weren't. What is it that you feel so low of me? If you'd like to. No, I want you to dig deep and figure out why you hate me so much and why you're so angry with me, because all of this never happened. I felt at my wedding like you weren't happy for me. Because so you have a serious vendetta. We're on a group chat that's actually labeled not Kourtney, so we know and have to funnel what your friends are saying to us. You are a narcissist. It is all about you. Anything you do, it's about you and about how it looks to the world about you.
They just need to fight for 2 to 3 minutes.
They did it already.
I know, but no. I'm
Kourtney
talking
got
about
the best.
2 to 3 minutes with nobody breaking them up. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just 2 to 3 minutes, just them at it, and it probably won't last that long. They'll end up getting tired after a minute and a half and just end up holding each other's head, calling each other bitch.
I don't understand. I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings, but I will say that whole family's filthy rich. What is there to argue about? What is there not to be happy about?
And doesn't the whole family like attention?
Yes.
Isn't the whole family on reality
whole family's
TV all the
built
time?
off attention.
If you guys remember, well, you probably don't, because I'm sure you don't track them, but when Kourtney Kardashian got with Travis Barker, she was very noticeably different and distant. She wasn't going to a lot of the big celebrity Kardashian-ish things that they do.
I don't follow.
And but I always thought that, she's just the different sister. She's not really into all of that.
That's fine.
She's always been really into her kids or whatever. I also think it's a bit different because when she was with Scott, the family loves Scott. He's still around to this day. It's not that they don't like Travis Barker, but there is a noticeable distance there.
I wonder if Kim ever flexes on the family and lets them know you wouldn't be nothing without my vagina.
Well, I don't think she says it like that, but
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think she does.
My sister said that to me. I would have to drag her by that. Don't.
But it might be true.
There's truth to it.
It might be true.
But
we wouldn't know them if it wasn't for Kim.
But don't say that to me though. Don't
tell you the truth.
But that's how that family is. That family throws everything in each other's face all the time.
I mean,
clearly
they do what they do for television.
Exactly.
But they've grown up in that, so I would think by now Kourtney would kind of be okay with a lot of it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like she wants anything to do with the family.
But that's why it sounds weird for her to call her a narcissist and say she seeks attention. She always has to be the center of attention because it's her being the center of attention that got the whole family popping.
Yeah,
true. You know what I mean?
But
so don't get mad at it now.
A lot of people sit in their seats and then complain about how comfortable it isn't when at one point you wanted to sit in that seat. Yeah, that's just how life goes.
But you know who she was before she got it. You knew what it was. Y'all came up off Kim Kardashian being the center of attention.
Well, speaking of the Kardashians and old boyfriends, Pete Davidson, there is a report out right now, according to an unnamed source who spoke to the U.S. Sun, that his family is concerned for his well-being in fear that he could die.
Jesus. Bah humbug. Nonsense, malarkey.
Are you disregarding it, or are you saying it's untrue because y'all are friends?
It's untrue.
That's untrue. Okay.
Pete looks great. Pete looks good. Pete
When's
looks
the
like
last time
20 years old.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Last week.
How was he? What was his mental space?
It's fine.
I'm just asking
Pete's doing
because
shows. Pete's on the road. Pete's fine.
Okay, I just, it's your friend. You want to check in on your friend, but according to this report, they're saying that his buddies, the friends, are around him, and some of these people are enabling him, and they aren't being honest with him. So you're honest with him, so maybe you should just call and check in.
He just said he did. He said he checked in
last week. Last week. You said last week.
Malarkey.
But I wonder who the source is. I wonder sometimes when you hear that, like, who is the source? Is it somebody that's a real friend? Is it a real family member? Or is it somebody on the outside just creating ish?
I'm not for sure, but this source is saying that the comedian's maturity in handling reality and his own problems, they have doubt about that, and that they're emphasizing that it's important that he takes certain issues seriously that I guess that he's not. So look, Charlamagne is now debunking this report. That's it. We move on now.
Malarkey.
Whatever is going on, I just want him to be okay. I don't know. Look, I'm just here reporting the rumors.
Gotcha.
Charlamagne debunking them.
Malarkey.
It's exclusive. Alrighty.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. When we come back, we got front page news, 800-585-1051. And we're going to discuss Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner was on Unc's podcast, and she talked about her body count. She said she had a body count of 35.
Unk being Shannon Sharp.
That's right, Shannon
Sharp. There's a lot of Unks out here.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to be specific.
Unk Shannon Sharp. You're
Club
right.
Shay Shay.
That's right. So we're going to open up the phone lines. Let's discuss. 800-585-1051. Does body count matter to you when dating? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa, our special guest, is here. Why you laughing, man?
Right now. And why wouldn't you say my name?
No.
Taz, what's going on?
And let's get in some
We're
front
not
page
bringing
news.
this on the air. The behind the scene conversations on the chain when you hear Loren. That's for sure.
Yes.
Teslin Figaro is here. Let's just jump into sports. Damian Lillard, if you didn't know, he got traded to the Bucks. And also football, NFL. The Lions take on the Packers tonight at 8:15.
And the Kansas City Chiefs have signed Taylor Swift for no damn reason, and she will be attending the game this Sunday at MetLife Stadium against the Jets.
That's wild that they announced she's going to be there.
They're trying to figure out her security detail right now.
That's insane. She's not a president. She's not an elected official. They don't need security detail.
They said she's going to be at the game like she was a quarterback injured and be like, she will be playing this weekend. That's wild.
Right.
I told y'all a couple days ago.
She did. Loren told you it was a big deal. Y'all didn't want to believe it.
She's not bigger than the NFL.
No.
Taylor Swift is not bigger than the NFL. No. Y'all can kick rocks. Okay, Taylor Swift do not have her own day.
She's not bigger than it, but they're definitely adjusted to it. It's on the paper, right? It's front page news. So.
Nah, it's just for promotion.
All right. Well, let's jump right into it. What we discussing? We starting with Trump?
Yeah, let's talk about the union. He went yesterday at the Union Auto Workers, and the lead negotiator said he wasn't feeling it. His name was Mike Booth, and he had a few words with Donald Trump. He said that he was verbal diarrhea. He said, let me be blunt. Donald Trump is coming off as a pompous a-hole, coming to Michigan to speak at a non-union employer and pretending that it has anything to do with the fight is just basically verbal diarrhea. So he didn't want to hear it. He basically said that Trump came down and pretended like he was all about the union, even though obviously he went to a location that wasn't even unionized. He asked, where are the rallies for striking workers when they were on the picket line in 2019? He said, where were the jobs that Trump promised on the campaign trail in 2015? He said, the proof is in the pudding. His actions in office went to enrich the very elite, what we were just talking about, few, while the working class of America was stagnant. He said this was basically a PR stunt to pull the wool over the working class. Now, meanwhile, Trump had a different story, and this is what he had to say when he showed up.
A vote for crooked Joe Biden is a vote for inflation, taxation, submission, and failure. That's what it is. A vote for Trump is a vote for more jobs, higher wages, and more boats, cars, trucks, and airplanes stamped, made in America and made in South Carolina.
I mean, Trump's doing what most politicians do. Tell you what you want to hear on the campaign trail, but then when they get in office, they do the exact opposite and do nothing at all. I was actually, before the debate last night, they ran an ad against Trump and how Trump, his policies hurt the auto workers. Like they say he didn't increase the federal minimum wage. He didn't have workers' backs when he got rid of Barack Obama's move to expand overtime coverage. So that denied 8 million workers the ability to receive time and a half overtime pay. So it didn't sound like he had the workers back with his policies.
That's exactly, and that's what made the debate so frustrating. Because again, all of these strikes that we're seeing now, which there've been I believe I reported over 250 different strikes just this year alone. This has been bubbling up for years, so this is not just, it was just Biden. That was a theme last night. And I'm not standing up for President Joe Biden, because you know how I feel about him. So this was not just about Biden. Also, Trump was a part of it. Democrats and Republicans have been hand in hand when it comes to workers in this country. It's been the rich and it's been the workers. And that's the bottom line. The middle class is pretty much non-existent at this point. And that did not happen just over the last 4 years, 8 years, 10, or even 20. It's been going on for a minute, and that's why you're seeing the strikes that you're seeing.
But also, I'm not a Trump lover, but people would say that, when a lot of other presidents were outsourcing work, what's his name? Donald Trump was definitely trying to get more work here and cut off work in China, cut off work in a lot of those other foreign lands to make sure that a lot of those works and those businesses breaks were here. So to keep a lot of these U.S. citizens employed. So a lot of people say that as well about Trump.
People are employed, but
I agree with that. That's a fair point. I mean, his entire policy was America first. So I definitely agree.
But what's real though, Tez? Like, what did he actually do? Like, it's one thing. Like, we know what he said, but what did he actually do? Right.
Right. Well, that comes to the receipts that you just named.
That's right.
So yeah.
All right. Now let's talk about Beijing.
Yeah,
quickly.
I
knew he was gonna say that.
Why you want to talk about the pain on your face?
I ain't talking about my beard, man.
Why you want to talk about the pain on your face?
We're talking about Joe Biden and Beijing.
Oh. Man, if Joe Biden outlawed Beijing, you in trouble. If he banned Beijing, you in trouble.
Are you just for men, sir? But go ahead.
This is the best. So House Republicans claim to have bank wires going to Joe Biden's Delaware address. House Republicans say they have uncovered bank wires obtained by a subpoena that allegedly reveal Hunter Biden received payments originating from Beijing that listed President Joe Biden's Delaware address as the beneficiary. An announcement of Hunter Biden's attorney has denounced this. He said that it's lies to support a premise. In a statement on Tuesday, the Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee wrote, what did the Bidens do to get this money? So Representative James Corner said that the alleged bank wire to the president's son included more than $250,000 in payments from 3 individuals in the summer of 2019. So that's just an update on that investigation. For those that ask every day, what about Hunter Biden? What about Hunter Biden? That's your update on Hunter Biden that we covered here on the Breakfast Club, that we don't give a damn. Democrats, Republicans, we cover them all across the board.
You can have money coming somewhere, though, and that doesn't mean that Biden is involved, right?
What you mean?
Like, because aren't they trying to prove that, like, this is basically people trying to prove that he's involved in his
That his father knew.
Yeah, but, like, you can have stuff coming to that house. And
of course, absolutely.
Is it true that he was accepting these bank wires in Delaware under the fake name Loren Lorosa? Is that any truth to that?
Really?
He wouldn't even have to. I would have been involved. I would have been collecting my check.
Oh.
I would have been sitting right here and been able to tell y'all.
You know Loren used to date Hunter Biden?
That is not true.
Loren Lorosa is from Delaware.
I did not date no dang Hunter Biden.
Twice. She said she went out with him twice.
Did you?
No.
Because what I realized this week is you like white guys.
That's true.
Hunter's white.
Now all of a sudden you making excuses for why they was accepting this money. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just asking questions,
And
Loren.
then Delaware.
Some things are adding up here.
Taz, what you doing today? What you got going on? Because I just cannot entertain. I cannot. Now I'm dating Hunter Biden.
Oh, you just said never gonna let that down.
All
just
right.
never let it down.
Well, thank you, Tez.
I'll never see snow crabs the same again.
Oh boy! Make sure you subscribe to Tezlin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow at Tezlin Figaro on all social media platforms.
All right, now when we come back, let's open the phone lines. Where we want to go? 800-585-1051. Where y'all want to go this morning?
I enjoyed this Brittany Renner conversation.
Okay, well,
I always think that's a good conversation for people because when I saw Shannon Sharp almost spit out his drink because Brittany Renner said she slept with 35 people, I was like, wow.
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay?
Woo! Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged for having great taste.
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour.
Well, let's discuss. 800-585-1051. Brittany Renner said she has a body count of 35. So let's discuss. What's your thoughts? It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about Brittany Renner and, of course, Unc Shannon Sharp. They had a conversation on his podcast, and they were talking about body counts, and this is how it happened.
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay?
Whew. Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste.
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. We're just opening up the phone lines. What's your thoughts on body counts when it comes to people and dating and marriage? Start with you, Loren. What's your thought?
I don't think it should matter anymore. Like at a certain age, I think that if you still ask that question, it's just childish. I do think that there's a double standard though. I think that men get a pat on the back and like he really know what he doing when the numbers are numbering. But with the women, you see he had to like take more of his drink. Like Shannon Sharp barely could get his drink down. It's like almost like he was like, oh Lord.
Right. Charlamagne?
Yeah, I don't think it should matter. You know, that's why I was kind of shocked at Shannon Sharp's reaction. I'm not gonna say I don't think it should matter. I just don't understand why people care. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care what a person's body count is? You know, what I find interesting is that, you know, having the conversation behind the scenes, a lot of women feel like the higher their body count is, the more experience they have sexually. And I would think that it's not the amount of people you have sex with, it's the amount of times you have sex with a person that gives you sexual experience. So I don't think you have to be with a high number of people to have a certain sexual experience.
It depends on the person and the people that you're having sex with, though.
But wouldn't you feel more comfortable with one person trying new things and doing new things?
Yes, 100%. But I do think that like you could be in a relationship for years and that person just never sexually satisfies you or opens up to like new things or whatever, and then you meet another person and y'all are together for way less time, but the sexual chemistry is there, so y'all feel safe enough to do that.
And then y'all might end up having sex a bunch of different times.
Yeah.
And because of that chemistry, busting it open, you doing handstands, you doing 6ix9ines, you eating, you doing everything. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's his fantasy over there.
I'm just saying, but because of that, so it's still that one person that's, you know, causing you to get that sexual experience.
But you might have to date around a little bit, like, to get to that person that is willing to do that. Because I also think too that sometimes, I mean, I wouldn't say that this is just men, because I know women that are like not open sexually, like they're not trying new things. But I do think that from what I've experienced, men aren't jumping to just like volunteer new things sometimes. Like you have to kind of like warm them up a bit.
They gotta trust you. They have to trust you.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So sometimes it never gets there, and then women just move on. But ain't no woman out here just like, yo, I want to take down the whole corporate building so I could get all this experience. That's not it.
But I will say this. I will say that it is a double standard, like you said. And a lot of times when men knock off chicks and knock off, they get patted on the back, and when women do it, it's kind of down or frowned upon.
Calling Negroes nasty. I know that for a fact. I'd be like, some of these dudes be like, I slept with thousands of women. I'd be like, thousands?
Yeah.
Like,
that's you and where you are in your life right now.
I kind of always felt like that, though. Only because that first time I'm old school, so when I had to have an HIV test was when you had to wait 2 weeks. So when you
2 weeks?
Yes,
I would literally be going through that little bit of wait time. You'd be like, God, look,
see what I'm saying?
if you get me through this, listen, like, you don't know, 2 weeks.
And I remember the first time I took an HIV test and I had to write down all the names of women I've been with, and I'm just like, God damn, you nasty. Especially when you start getting the crackheads and stuff. I only had one.
Oh my goodness.
But my point with all of that is just that I felt that back then.
Right.
So when I hear dudes have these conversations about all the women they slept with now, I'm like, why are you bragging about
that? How did the crackhead thing happen? Like, what?
20-year rock for some pum pum.
He was selling some crack. But I will say body count matters to me. It does matter to me, and the reason being is because it's based off of decisions, right? If you're having sex with multiple people, do I want to marry that? Because I feel like in my opinion,
you just said marry that? Yeah, that's the double standard.
No, but it is. But a woman might feel the same way about me too. A woman might feel the same way.
You didn't even humanize it just now. You just said that.
Yeah.
You don't identify what I'm talking about. You don't know if I want a woman or a man. You don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
All right. So when I say
I love how you clean that up. I love how you clean that up.
But I'm just saying.
Give the blog the headline. Go ahead.
Give another headline. But as I was saying, To me, it does matter.
But at a certain age,
because it doesn't matter what the age is what I prefer and what I want to be with.
Brittany Renner is 31. She said 35 men. So if she starts at around, like, we did the math, like 17, 18, that's about like 2 men a year.
Mm-hmm.
Is she single?
You know why it's tough too, Loren? As a father, right? I feel like when you get grown, you're a woman, you make your own decisions. But I also do be thinking about what if this was my daughter.
How would you feel?
How would I feel?
Yeah, how would you feel?
And I wouldn't want my daughter to
No,
be
I wouldn't want my
35.
daughter to have a body count of 35. I wouldn't have my daughter to have a high body count. I would want her to, this is what I would want. I would want her to hold her body as a temple to whoever she's marrying. Now, I don't know if that's going to be true. She might have sex with 1, 2, 3. But if she had a body count of 35, I wouldn't be happy.
But also, too, if I had a son, I would tell him,
the same thing.
I would tell him to try to keep his body count low as well.
Are y'all being honest about with the son
honest.
conversation?
I'm being totally honest. I'm being 100% honest.
Absolutely.
And if in a perfect world, in a perfect world, I would have probably just wanted to be with my wife. In a perfect world.
I love to hear that because I feel
But
like
the world ain't perfect.
Yeah. And the way that we think about men and what it takes for y'all to get to the points that you guys are at, that is this conversation. I'm like, whoa, I hope that everybody's having these type of conversations with their
Charlamagne
sons.
is right. In a perfect world, I mean, I took my wife's virginity, right? Perfect world. But for me, I stepped outside, and I'm not proud of that. But in a perfect world, like you said, I wish that me and my wife were the only ones that she was with and that I was with. But the world's not perfect.
Yeah.
And I would want that for my son, and I would want that for my daughter. Now, I don't look down on anybody that has a high body count, but it's just not for me.
And also, if you don't have a high body count, you can still be very sexually experienced. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter the
one
number.
person,
Yeah.
that one
if you
person
get,
that turns you out.
Yeah, you get that right person, and you know they're open to things, and you're down to try stuff. Yes.
Eating it.
Oh my God! Let's go to the
Shout
phone.
out to Suki from Delaware.
Let's go to the phone.
Sukiana from Delaware?
Yes, she is.
Wow.
Delaware got things.
I don't see
Okay.
too many women on
So
the
how
line.
come
There's
when
a lot
I
of
asked you if
fellas.
there's any rappers popping from Delaware, you ain't say Sukiana?
Because I don't instantly sometimes identify
You
her
need
with
to, the
Delaware.
notorious
No,
Sukiana.
but it's crazy because I've known her before all of that. Like I know Destiny, you know what I mean? But it's so because she left a long time ago and she's not actively always back in Delaware. When you said that, I'm thinking about who's in Delaware right now that's trying to make it out of Delaware.
You think you knew her before first asked?
Oh, stop it! Hello, who's this?
No, I think she's been crazy for a long time.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Jay? We're talking about body counts. What's your thought, bro?
Yeah, I saw that podcast with Uncle Shay Shay. Yeah, body count matters for females because a guy, it has to show up paternity. Remember, DNA test is fairly new.
What the hell are you talking about?
What'd you say?
DNA test is fairly new.
What that got to do with body counts?
If a girl has sex with 5 guys and she gets pregnant, who's the father?
You know what? I'm not. 800-585-1051. Can we have a real conversation about body counts this morning? What's your thoughts about it? Let's talk. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about body counts. Loren Lorosa is here.
Yes.
She's our guest host, and this conversation comes from Brittany Renner and Uncle Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp, and they had a conversation, and this is how it went.
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay?
Whew. Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste,
We are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour.
So we're asking, what is your thoughts? 800-585-1051. We got Ashley on the line. Ashley, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's your thoughts on body counts?
I don't really think it matters. I think what you do prior to any relationship is your business, but you should be prepared for whatever happens. You run into somebody that you done been down with, that's what it is.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't agree, though. Like, for me, and I know this is hard to say because men are foul and we do some F-boy-ish a lot, but if I'm marrying a woman, I would want her to just be with me. And I know that's not a great option all the time, but even if that's not, I would want her to have as least amount of bodies as possible.
What does it matter if okay, so what does it matter if at that time in her life she is overly devoted to you, she is just with you, she's not interested in anyone else, she's not having sex with anyone else? Why does it matter what happened before you?
Lauren, you're absolutely right, but it's just all ego.
Yeah, it is.
All of it is wounded ego. Because the
I
reality,
know.
the reality
I want
is,
you guys to say it out loud.
Yeah, the reality of the situation is when I think about this topic, I only care because I'm like, okay,
I'm a father.
I wouldn't want my daughters to be with that many people, and I wouldn't want my wife to be with that many people.
Correct.
But that's the reality of the situation is, they're women and they're going to do what women have done. But Lauren's absolutely right. If that person is committed to you, devoted to you, you don't care. But that last caller was right too. You just don't want to bump into these people. You know what I mean? Especially.
Yes, because there's levels of body count. There's like, I've had experiences,
example,
whatever.
Let's say you had a body count of 35 in Delaware. And Delaware is a big place, but a small place.
It don't even got to be 35. Those 7 people that Loren might have been with in Delaware, the more Loren grows in her career, they all gonna say they hit. They all gonna want to say they hit Loren Lorosa. Even if it was in middle school, they gonna say it.
It wasn't on middle school, damn it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say I wasn't even thinking about that type of stuff.
Or high school, whatever.
But I just think, right, they, depending on who what the relationship was, how the woman carried herself in that relationship, and I'm not judging nobody and what they do, there's a certain level of respect that comes with certain things as well too. So like, everybody will have a past, right? Unless you meet a woman who has never been with somebody, whatever. Good luck to y'all. But if that woman was respected in every encounter that she had with those different men, it's not like they're gonna walk up to you like, yo, I hit that first. Like, they're not gonna rage at you. They will respect where she is now.
They're not gonna never say it to you, Lauren. They're gonna say it behind your back.
But even if they say it behind, I feel like first of all, y'all men do be chatty patty, but I do think that there's a certain level of like, you don't want to be that guy. Like, you don't want to be corny.
But let me ask you a question. Let's say you
don't
dating
get
a guy.
to an age where you don't want to be corny
let me
no
tell you
more.
something, and I
know y'all corny for a long time, but it don't cut off at a point.
I tell every woman I know this: if you are somebody of a certain stature, or you with somebody of a certain stature, all these men gonna talk about you. They can't wait to say they hit. They gonna tell everybody.
They groupies?
Especially in this day and age.
I'm telling you, men are groupies too.
Yes,
yes, indeed.
Too. But let me ask you a question. Now, this is another thing. So let's say you're dating somebody and, he has a high body count. And then you look at his body count and you see the people that he's smashing and you're like, these people are disgusting,
I be
horrible
judging.
looking.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make you feel like, I don't want to be with that because his decision making wasn't good? And now I'm the catch and I got to deal with the past that he had?
So, yes, if you know that. A lot of times with men, like, I know, like, if I'm dating right now, I'm not asking you what's your body count. I might say, hey, what's your situation with your ex? Because I want to know how disattached are you? Because a lot of times people aren't.
That's real.
And if you end up showing me that person or whatever, I do look at, like, how well kept is she and all that. Because, yes, decision making, especially at this age.
And that's my point.
But if I decide to get into that situation, I'm taking a chance on, like, the decision making has gotten better because that was before me. You here now, baby. Like, welcome to the gates. Like, hi.
All right, well, let's go to another caller. We got another Ashley on the line. Hello?
Hello?
All right, we're talking body counts. What's your thoughts?
I think as a woman, your body count should not be higher than the average man. 35 is insane.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. I never thought
too.
about that. You
What's
just
the
made me
average?
think about the
Average body count of a man.
That's not gonna be body count. Average sexual partners of.
And while you doing that, I'm going to another caller.
A man.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. I'm going to stay anonymous, but good morning, everyone.
You know what the average number of sexual partners for adult men and women are?
What's that?
Between 4 and 8.
Right.
Wait, like in their whole lives?
Yeah, it says it varies a lot. There's a lot of research on lifetime sexual partners, and any given study will give you slightly different numbers. But in general, anywhere between 4 and 8 partners is considered an average number of sexual partners for adult men and women. Wow.
Do y'all think she's telling the truth?
Statistically, Brittany Renner is a hard worker.
Studies say that most of y'all hoes.
Jesus.
No.
Men and women.
What you say, Mama? What's your opinion, Miss Anonymous?
I think that's crazy. Do y'all think she's like telling the truth?
She what?
Do y'all think she's telling the truth?
Yeah,
I would not want no 35 bodies on my body. That's crazy.
But you gotta think about, she's 31 years old.
Exactly. That's crazy.
I feel like if you spread that out over time, I'm not surprised. Like
35. She's 31 with 35 bodies. That's crazy.
By the way, I understand where she's coming from. I'm not a guy who has a high body count. I've never been like that. You know what I'm saying? I've never been the type of person that just wants to
deal with
share
anybody.
myself with everybody. You know what I mean? I believe in energy. You know what I mean? And I'm a one. I like to be with one woman, right? Like, I mean, in my life, of course, my ego got the best of me, and I was testing out my new superpowers. But for the most part, I like to be with one woman. So I've never been a guy that has a high body count. So when guys be telling me like I had sex with 1,000 women, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that one HIV test back in the day where I had to wait 2 weeks scared the hell out of me.
And then that's another thing too. The percentage of the more people you have sex with is high as your percentage with the more STDs
That's
you
what I'm
have.
saying. See,
That's what's scary for me.
Y'all wasn't born in the 1900s and 70s like
You
us.
don't have to be. The way that my mom is set up, like we have been even before my mom. We've been doing STD tests even before I ever even told my mom I was sexually active, because my mom is big on we go vote together, we go get tested together. The conversations.
Why your mama was getting too much STD test?
Why your mom get tested now?
She just didn't. She just didn't. She's always been like a very like I don't play that. Like we want to make sure.
Was she married?
No, she wasn't married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just want to make sure health is cool.
Yep.
We want to make sure like she's always been like that since I was young. And when you're young and you go in those places and they're having these conversations, it's a little bit scary.
I don't
It's
like how
like,
you put your mama business out there.
Yeah, that
You
was-
just told us that your mama had y'all doing FTD tests every Saturday, like y'all was going to field service. You just
Yeah,
said
well,
like they were going to
well,
church. That sounded kind of
no,
crazy.
it's not every year.
I need to, no,
It's
Lauren,
not every
the way
Saturday.
you said it was like you said STD test and voting.
yeah, how
you
many
don't
times
vote
you
every
vote?
Saturday,
How many
bro.
times do you vote? You don't vote every Saturday.
You vote at least what every 2 years? I don't know. It's just I don't know.
If you're
It depends.
getting
It
if
might
you're
be every 4
getting
years.
if you're getting HIV test, you're supposed to do it in windows of 6 months, 3 to 6 months.
Really?
To actually, yes.
If you're sleeping with a bunch of different people,
or if you can be sleeping with one person and get affected by something.
Absolutely, because you don't know what he's
The
doing.
thing was
or
that
what
she
she's
was
doing.
trying
Absolutely.
to instill a practice of taking care of your body, even with if you were one person or 20
Gotcha.
people. And when you're young and you learn that and you see what can happen, I think it makes you be like, okay.
But
I was
also,
the
back in the day, like you said, STDs were bigger, right? And when I say that, remember how many HIV commercials there were?
HIV
AIDS
was huge.
commercial,
Yeah,
chlamydia commercial.
HIV had one of the best market. The only disease that had a great marketing rollout like HIV was COVID.
Right.
COVID and HIV had the biggest budgets I ever seen.
But do you remember all the STDs, chlamydia, and syphilis?
I've never had an STD
and me neither.
ever in my life. I've
And-
never had one. But the thing about the HIV test, when you have to write down the names of people you slept with and then wait 2 weeks, you don't want to add to that list, because that list gives you a level of anxiety that you don't want to deal with.
Right.
You know, so that's what used to keep me from jumping out the window.
But what's the moral of the story?
Don't tell the people your body count. 'Cause
That's
they're gonna
another thing.
judge
I
you.
ain't gonna
People
tell her.
judging
She
Brittany
shouldn't
Renner
tell
like
anybody her
crazy,
body count.
which is crazy to me because she's so honest about so much stuff. Like, why are we?
Well, she's living in her truth, I guess. So she doesn't care.
Well,
I love living in her truth. That's such a 2023 line.
And by the
There
way,
you
she
go.
put it out there publicly. So you put it out there publicly, people gonna have a public opinion about what you said. So,
But then you look at somebody like a superhead, but she talks about all the people she had sex with and all the things that she did, and people still did it. They don't care.
I admire those women like Corinne Steffens who are like so sexually and just like lifestyle free that like they don't care what people say.
y'all don't have the great marketing that Corinne had though. Corinne's name was Superhead. You like, dang.
You gonna say out loud you wouldn't marry her, but I think if you experience, you probably end up married. It's a lot of people that was in that book that probably said
And
I would
think
never.
about all those names in that book. If I was getting, I would be like, you know what? I don't want to name nobody's names.
Y'all
but
are-
I would think about all those names.
Well, listen, I want y'all to done. This is the moral of the story. Y'all are two of the most morally conscious men I've ever met, because there's so many men who.
It's evolution.
Yeah. Yes. Well, y'all need to. I'm glad y'all talk about this, because I wish I could take this evolution, just put it in certain people.
I can't wait till the gay comes out. A man named Juicy Butt talking about all the stuff in the industry. All the men he done turned out in the industry.
We had
I
one
can't
already,
wait
though.
for
We
this,
did have
man.
one.
Who?
Glitter stick.
Who is
No.
that?
Glitter, no.
That's what glitter stick is.
Who's Glitter Stick?
He was one of the early internet trolls. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the early internet trolls.
Right. All right.
Yeah, I'll say that.
All right.
We might need to hug him after this.
All right. When we come back, we got your rumor report. What we talking about?
Probably got a new name now, Wonder Butt.
Wonder
But it's crazy. What? When we come back, we're talking about Ebony K. Williams.
Okay.
Ebony K. Williams says that women should be getting wedding rings right alongside their degrees.
Same time?
Basically.
Let's go,
be very
Ebony.
ambitious.
Let's go. Stir the pot, Ebony.
All right.
Team Ebony.
We'll discuss when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's my love.
Say what?
My grandmother made me gentle when I kept.
Thought about it last break.
What's that?
Does it have to do with Delaware?
No, it has nothing to do with Delaware. I'm just gonna find me a
You got to come visit the
fictional
town.
character. No, thank you. I'm gonna find me a fictional character who wants to be
wants
the
to be
male
what?
superhead.
What you mean?
Who wants to come out and tell all the industry secrets? A gay man.
Why would you want to do
and
that?
His name will be Wonder Butt.
But no.
Wonder Butt.
Wonder Butt.
It's 2023. You can't out people.
You're no fun.
I'm just keeping you uncanceled.
I'm just talking about Superhead.
But we are the Breakfast Club.
I've
Lauren
been
LaRosa is
canceled,
here.
Lauren. I'm not even here now.
Let's get to the rumors. Let's go.
Lauren LaRosa. So I've been here for a little bit. I've been here for a minute.
This is the Rumor Report
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
on the Breakfast Club.
Lauren came in hot.
You know, I came in telling the truth. So Ebony K. Williams has the people going again. She posted a video where she talked about women in the pursuit of degrees, and she says that the women that are in the pursuit of degrees should also be in pursuit of wedding rings if that is what they choose. Let's take a listen to the audio.
The reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood.
Dropping the clues bombs for the good sister Ebony K. Williams. Not because of what she said, because that's not my business. But she got y'all going again. Stir that pot, Ebony, stir that pot. Ain't too many content creators like Ebony K. Williams out here. You hear me? And I don't have an opinion about this. My brothers, I think this is a conversation for the women. I think we should stand down and watch this one.
I think that you guys could be helpful in this conversation. So when I first heard this, when I first heard this or saw a bit of it, I was like, oh Lord, here she goes again, telling us women what we should do, and if we don't, our lives are over, and blah, 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 blah. And then I re-listened, and I don't fully disagree with her.
What do you agree with?
So
what do you disagree with?
So what I disagree with is when she says, as we age, and this is, I mean, certain things are science, but I just think that the way that it's talked about, it puts a bad cloud over women of a certain age, right? So she talks about our partner and our marriage market value depreciating. I don't feel that in my life. As I get older, I feel like I am getting to I have money to do things now. The people I'm meeting are different now.
What about them eggs though? Let me know it.
So then she goes into business. Then she goes into fertility, right? And she talks about that. And yes, there are certain things that scientifically you cannot get around, but there's options now. And if you are one of the women that she's talking about that is pursuing a degree and you're doing pretty well for yourself, you have the option to do things to preserve and do whatever you want when you want to do it.
But you have to do it early.
You do. And it's not the common thing to do, but women have options now. So those are the only things I don't agree with, and I hate when people use that to start this conversation because I think it takes away from everything else. And that's what happened with me. And then when I went back and re-listened to it, at the end of the video, she talks about, number one, she says, if that's what they choose, I think people are looking over that. She's giving us the choice. And then she says...
She always is.
And I see... But I get blindsided by all the other stuff.
Because you watch clips. You got to watch things in their full context.
So, and then she talks about targeting women, starting to target the same pool of men. I agree with this. And we were just talking about this in a room. We had a great conversation before y'all came in here. She says that the pool of men who are basically really focused on building a family, really committed to that, are going to be educated and just, a certain level of just life experience and companionship. She doesn't say anything about money, but she just says that partner that you're looking for, that real partner.
And you like hood niggas, so your pool is broad, is what
First
you're
of all,
saying.
I like a balance. I could take you around and you're not scared, but you're legally doing well for yourself. And
She said you're legally doing well.
I had to make that clear because I changed my life.
See?
But I've changed. I'm grown now. Don't nobody want to be worried about where you at. Do I got to check the Vine link online or you booked? Anybody trying to worry about that.
You got to get bail and all that.
But I do think that when she talks about the targeting the pool of men, I'm recently out of a relationship of over 10 years. We've talked about this, and I had.
Why you laugh, yo? What
Charlamagne,
is wrong with you?
I'm being serious over here and spilling out.
The team went down wrong.
I'm with you, sis.
You literally just almost choked.
He laughed. He's still laughing. You're insensitive, guys. Sis. Keep going.
Basically, I feel like it is a smaller pool of men who are actually attractive, They dress well. They want to do things and experience new things in life. They can teach you a little something. You could take them places. They're educated. They don't have a lot of the baby mama drama. It gets smaller. Like they're focused on having.
Do you agree
great
with
lives.
Ebony or not?
I agree with that part. That's what I'm saying.
She agrees with parts of
but
what Ebony says.
I don't agree with her beginning the conversation talking about our market value is decreasing. I feel like my stock has been rising.
I feel like Ebony probably is going to expound on it more. Or she probably already did, and we only heard.
I went to the clip that was on her page because I thought, but that's all that there was.
But I think with Ebony, isn't it that she's living her truth?
Ebony don't want you to give.
I'm just
your
asking.
opinion.
I'm asking.
I know for a fact Ebony does not want to hear DJ Envy's opinion. I know that.
Well,
I'm Team Ebony.
Well,
I know she don't want to hear
Loren.
your opinion.
But in Ebony's defense, isn't that Ebony's truth? Isn't that how she lives? What she thinks about herself and how she wants to go about her life?
She doesn't preface it that way though. She speaks as if she's trying to pull us up on game. So when you do that may be your truth, but now you're imposing that on other people. But she did say you have a choice.
Now let the record show Judge Ebony K. Williams is a friend to the show. She's a friend to this room. So Loren, you might have to have that conversation with her one day.
I would
so you
love
gotta keep
to.
that same energy.
I would love to. I remember y'all brought her up here before, and I was like, "Dang, I wish I was in that room."
No,
Like I
you
would,
don't.
I do. I would love to have that conversation with her because I don't fully disagree.
You say that until you face to face.
I would love to do it, and I would
that
love
intellect.
I would love to do it as a newly single woman who I feel like my prime is just here.
Stop
Why
it,
you keep?
Yo, beat his ass.
Yo, hold on.
That's the second time he was disrespectful. That's the second time he was disrespectful. Yo, he playing Delaware. He playing Delaware. Yo, he playing you, yo. I don't like that. I don't like that.
You need to come to the town because I think we need to. Yeah, we need to.
He playing you. I don't like that.
All I know is I love Ebony K's ability to stir the pot.
She's great at what she does.
She's amazing at what she does.
Ebony, she tapes in town, right?
Yes.
She should come up here. We should do it. I think that there's
We should get up
value
here.
to what she's saying about finding those men, getting in early, and we also talk about potential and people not wanting to bet on potential. I think that there's a way that you can do it where it could work out for you, and I think that's kind of what she's going into as well. Get in early.
But if Ebony comes up here, I think we should do it to where people can actually call and ask her questions, because a lot of times people have questions and there's things that I can't ask or you can't ask or you might not be thinking to ask, and I think a lot of people have those type of things, and I think Ebony would be great for that.
I don't have an opinion about this conversation. I think that this is a conversation for women to have.
You have an opinion? You almost choked on your drink when I said I was newly single.
Now, I think he was laughing at you.
No,
that's why I think you should punch him in his face.
Lauren, No, Loren, no.
You wasn't laughing out?
No.
I'm gonna take my heels off so when I punch, I actually hit your face because you know you're a little little.
I mean, it's not like you gotta wear your heels anyplace else. It's not like you're going on a date or nothing. Can we go to Donkey? Can we do Donkey today?
Wow, who you giving the Donkey to? Jesus.
4 after the hour, we're going to talk about a pilot named Mike Beaton, and we're going to have a conversation about public service too.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
This don't be a donkey, because right now you want some real donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day. So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit it with the heel.
Did she get donkey today? Please tell me. I have become donkey of the day.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
We're donkeys.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, September 28th goes to a British Airways pilot named Mike Beaton. Now, I think I've told y'all how I feel about pilots. When I fly long flights, especially overseas, I always give pilots gift cards. Drop on the clues bombs for all the pilots out there. Okay? Give them a little gift card, man. Starbucks, little Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Why? Because none of us selfish humans ever think about who's actually getting us to these destinations safely. We just get on the plane and pray and then clap when we land, as if it's not 2 to 3 humans in that cockpit ensuring we get to where we need to be safely. So I personally never know what kind of day that pilot is having, who that pilot is. I like to show them love and look them in the eyes and, thank them for what they're about to do. And I write a little note to them, let them know they're loved and valued and appreciated. Try it sometime.
You got a note now, all that too?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, pilots are people who are performing a public service for us that we don't appreciate, and we should, because if you got a pilot who's having a bad day, whose mental health may not be where it needs to be, who's emotionally unstable in any way, look out below.
That's facts.
Literally. So this is why I have no problems giving pilots a small token of appreciation, like a gift card, just to keep their spirits up. Now, Mike Beaton doesn't want my gift cards to keep his spirits up. Nah. He's like, keep the caffeine and sugar that comes from Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. He's staying up with good old-fashioned cocaine. Oh, he gets high as the friendly skies. The thing is, I don't want you getting high and then proceeding to try to fly. Let's go to TMZ for the report, please.
So this pilot for British Airways was in Johannesburg, and he had a text exchange with one of his coworkers who was a flight attendant.
About a wild layover, in every sense of the word.
So he went out to a bar and was drinking, and he met a Welsh girl and a Spanish girl.
And they decide to take the party private.
They're all hooking up in the room. The locals bring out cocaine at one point.
The girls are dancing topless. I've lost my shirt somewhere. And then there's a debate about whose chest is the best to do a bump off. But the biggest problem?
He was flying within 24 hours of that.
Yep, this moron actually thought he was going to fly a plane the next day.
They are not supposed to have anything to drink within 24 hours.
Which is why the flight attendant he was texting turned him in.
He's about to board the plane, and they basically take him. He got drug tested, failed the drug test.
No kidding.
Fired from his job, and it turns out he has a wife.
I'm sorry, Loren. I didn't mean to trigger you.
No. It actually made me smile because Devin, that was Devin.
Okay.
Devin Rao from TMZ. He's like, we used to sit behind each other. He's like my bro.
Lauren
He's
used
so
to be
supportive of me.
Lauren was the senior news producer at TMZ.
Devin's a senior news producer as well too. He's so supportive. He's texting me and let me know how amazing I'm doing here. So shout out to Devin.
Shout out to Devin. But Mike Beaton was in Johannesburg sniffing booger sugar off breasts. All right. Remember earlier when we was discussing body counts and I was saying how men can't help but discuss their sexual conquest? Thank God for the chatty pattiness in this situation, because if it wasn't for Mike Beaton admitting to a stewardess friend that he had this drug and drink orgy, he might have been in that cockpit. Okay, she told on him, and that's what prevented him from being able to fly. I have so many questions, like, what's longer, the line of cocaine he was sniffing or TSA at the airport on any given Sunday? Remember the movie How High when this was said? Remember?
Like if I study high, take the test high, get high scores.
That was Mike Beaton's mentality when he took his aviation test. I figure if I study high, take the test high, while I'm flying high, I'll get high scores. Listen, man, I tell y'all on this radio all the time, only thing keeping us safe and alive majority of the time is the behavior of other people. Do you realize how often we put our livelihood in the hands of others? This is why public servants deserve so much respect. I'm talking about something as simple as ordering a cup of coffee, ordering some tea, some food. Folks could easily put poison in your stuff if they wanted to. Uber drivers could drive off bridges if they wanted to. Pilots can sniff cocaine off breasts and then fly if they wanted to. If they didn't get caught like Mike, and someone prevented Mike from doing it, okay? They could be up there high off cocaine, imagining that clouds are mounds and mounds of that white girl they in love with. This is why we must thank people for their service, because public service is proof that people really aren't as bad as Florida and the Bronx make us think people are, okay? Because the reality is, if they were, we would all be dead. Tell a pilot thank you for your service today. Tell a pilot thank you for not sniffing cocaine off a stripper's breast last night and getting us here safely. Tell people who are public servants thank you for providing your time and talents. Mike Beaton, listen, this ain't a movie, dog. You are not Denzel in Flight. I know Flight was based off a true story too. Captain Whitaker was his name, but you can't be under the influence of a substance and decide to fly. And if you did feel you were Denzel in Flight, Captain Whitaker, then maybe the cocaine and drinks made you pass out before you saw the whole movie, because at the end of the movie, and in real life, Captain Whitaker went to prison. 16 months. And if you're in prison for 16 months, you might still get your hands on cocaine, but that cocaine is going to come out of somebody's ass. Okay, being in the cockpit takes on a whole new meaning in prison. So does the Mile High Club. In prison, Mile is an inmate's name. You're probably going to have to get high to deal with that turbulence.
Jesus.
The moral of the story is, Mike, what you was attempting to do was selfish. You don't deserve to be a pilot, because when you're a pilot, you have to think of people other than yourself. You have to think of this whole plane you flying. Clearly, you're not capable of doing that, so turn in your wings. Please give Mike Beaton the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
I wonder why she snitched on him though.
Why
because she got to fly with him.
What's wrong with you?
But what she should have did because that's a coworker, that's a friend, right? Because if you text somebody, I'm sniffing coke off a booby, that's got to be that's your friend.
Yeah.
And what she should have did, I feel like, is like, look, you can't fly like this. You take the day off, or Mattel. Give him the option, and I'm sure he would have took the day off.
No, when you mid-trip like that, like when I used to fly with Delta, right? If you mid-trip and you call out mid-trip, it could potentially cause a whole lot of logistics, because now they got to fly a pilot in, they got to figure out the time.
But I'd rather that than...
Well, they had to cancel this flight.
Yeah, like it causes a whole lot of things, so that's probably why he wasn't trying to do it. And then they want to know, well, why? Like, what's going on?
Because he could have said, I'm sick, I have diarrhea, I think I have COVID. There could have been so many different ways to make an excuse.
I will say that there is a certain code, though, amongst, like, I wasn't friends with any of the pilots, but amongst the flight attendants, there was a certain code of, like, we take care of each other. I've never flown with anybody that was under the influence of anything, but I do know stuff go down.
You have to tell on this person for the reason I just stated, because what he did was selfish. And it probably wasn't the first time. It's probably the first time he got caught. So even if you don't tell on him to the people, and he just decided to make up some excuse as to why he couldn't show up, that don't mean he wouldn't do this again at another time. And what if he does this again at another time and the plane crashes or something? Now, you as a steward is going to feel bad because you could have stopped him, just like Spider-Man could have stopped that guy before he went to kill Uncle Ben.
Spider-Man's fake. But
everything with you reverts to, like,
superheroes and cartoons, he has Wolverine tattooed on his arm. But
why judge the inner child in me?
You're right. but it gets to the point, if that's your friend, right, and you know they're going to get fired, so why wouldn't you say, hey, I'm not going to let you fly this plane. You make an excuse, and you got to get yourself right. Because that's your friend.
He actually doesn't need to be a pilot at all if he's making these kind of choices.
It might have been just one bad choice. This might have been the one time he did it.
No, it becomes just work to you. Like the same way this is just work to y'all and other people. Like, oh my God, it literally becomes just work to you.
But you get your friend fired, like axed, and then he has to go home, and now he got to deal with his wife.
You would definitely.
And now he's gonna get a divorce from his wife because he just sniffed some bump off of a random woman's
you deserve to get a divorce if you doing all that.
But your friend shouldn't tell on you.
Your layover, and honestly, it couldn't have been a long layover. It was a short one because he had to be back on the plane before 24 hours. So that means you're going back home to your family in less than 48 hours. The divorce is for his.
I reserve the right to get a friend fired.
You're up here with one of your besties, right? Mm-hmm. Who was not paying attention this morning and could have got robbed, and I seen him, but we're not going to talk about that. But let's say you did some F-ish, right? Mm-hmm. Now, instead of telling you, and she told on you, and you got fired from whatever job you had. Isn't that foul?
It's different if
it's the same thing.
A plane.
Her friend pointed, and she was like, I got the fire point. She tapped it. She was like, I'm
All right, you know what? Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. What's the question we're asking? Should the lady have told on him and turned him in, or should she have tried to handle it on the side instead of getting that man fired and getting that man divorced?
I hate when you ask what's the question we're asking, but then ask the question. You say, I hate the question you're asking, and then tell the question.
It's a part of his, like, lineup, bro.
It's silly.
Okay, Kim Kardashian and Courtney.
Just say the question.
Allow him to have his moment.
I'm Kim.
He's giving Kim right
now.
I'm
Kim.
No, he's
I'm
stumping
Kim.
on your moment.
I'm Kim.
Okay, Kim.
I'm glad you know I'm Kim.
No, he is not Kim.
Thank you very much.
Kim.
Kim. Work I've been doing.
No, his ass don't say Kim. You know, I got Kim's ass.
Oh, let me see. Okay. All right.
Not have Kim's ass.
No, all right. We gotta go. We gotta move on. This is
BT, we'll see you later.
We can do the challenge.
That was on TV. Y'all did that on TV.
Okay, what challenge you want to do?
That little bench press challenge they was doing. People was laying on
we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
I know it. I know it's gonna stop.
I know it stop on my glutes.
Let's do it. All right. You ain't gotta. You ain't saying nothing but a word. All right. You ain't
How
saying
do y'all
nothing
wives
but a
put
word.
up with y'all? I cannot.
That's the good question. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here. We're opening up the phone lines, 800-585-1051, and we're asking, now this comes out of Charlamagne's Donkey today. Charlamagne, you gave Donkey today to who?
Mike Benton. He is a pilot. He's a pilot for British Airways, and he was in Johannesburg sniffing booger sugar off women's breasts, and then he was about to fly a plane within 24 hours, and one of the stewardesses told on him.
Yeah,
she
told
should
on
have.
him. Yeah, but that had to be, his homie, because there's no way you're just going to text somebody, I just sniffed some coke off of a random woman's breast.
Wow.
Unless that's somebody that you're cool with, correct?
I've never shot that text, but I'm assuming I would be friends with that person.
Right, so my thing is 800-585-1051. Shouldn't she tell him, like, look, You're not flying that plane tomorrow. If you try to fly the plane, I'm telling on you, so take the day off.
What if she does and then he still goes to fly the plane?
Then you snitch.
I think that she was justified in telling simply because that is the kind of behavior that you don't need in the aviation industry. Like, you don't want somebody who's selfish enough to sniff cocaine off a woman's breast and then think that they can fly within 24 hours working there. I don't think he should be in that business period at all.
But it could have been a one-time mistake.
I know it wasn't. You don't sniff booger sugar in Johannesburg with strippers, and that's a one-time thing.
As bougie as you are, if you found out that your pilot was high on cocaine, you would land the plane yourself and call his bosses personally.
That's facts.
What?
That's facts.
Like,
so why are you mad at her for doing it?
No, because if that's my friend, a buddy that hit me, I'm going to give him the ability to tell on himself, to get himself out first, than for me to tell on him.
You're not as ride or die as you think, MV. Right. You're not.
And sometimes you got to save friends from themselves. You know what I mean? And sometimes things are bigger than the actual friendship.
But he loses his job. He loses his family.
Would you rather him lose his... I don't know if he's going to lose his family.
He should.
I don't even know if he has a family.
You said he was married.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
You did. No, they said that he was married in the clip.
In the clip, they said he was married.
Okay.
He was married, and now his wife knows.
Well, you should have thought about that.
How did his wife find out? Because it was in the news.
It was on TMZ.
Oh, damn.
Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Oh, this is Cherie.
Hey, Cherie, good morning.
Good morning. So first of all, I love you guys. Love you. In any iteration there is of you, love the Breakfast Club.
Thank you.
Envy, I ride for you all the time. Envy is my guy. I ride for you. But you got to cut it out. Like, in this particular case, come on. Nobody got this dude in trouble but this dude. Like, it's not up to his coworker. Like, the bro code and the anti-snitching campaign got to stop somewhere. Like, she didn't get him fired. He got him fired. She didn't get him divorced. He got him divorced. Like, we can't say we're going to put the bro code over humanity.
I agree.
This man was supposed to fight a plane full of people, and we're saying, damn, she shouldn't have snitched. And like Loren even said, there's protocol that he was going to get found out anyway, even if he tried to call off. So at the end of the day, he made bad decisions when he took, when he took that position. He knew what he was getting into. He knew he wasn't supposed to be out doing bumps off of some chick's breast the night before he had to fly. Like, we can't defend people in their madness.
Cherie, it was 2 chicks' breasts, and I would snitch in a minute. But if that's my friend, I'm not going to tell him my friend right away. I'm going to give him a chance to do what's right.
And then he with 2 girls that's arguing about whose boobs are big. They're going to get on social media.
What this young lady on the phone, what's your name again?
Cherie.
Cherie.
What Cherie is saying is absolutely, positively true. Forget the bro code. Forget all of that stop snitching stuff. This can't be bigger than humanity. This man had a plane. And this is a plane from Johannesburg, right? So it's about 300 people probably on this plane. Correct. Would you rather 300 people potentially die? Or would you rather just him be dealt with? He made those poor choices.
Hello, who's this?
Oh, it's Don from Detroit.
Don, what up, though?
What up, though?
Don, what you doing in this situation, Don?
Man, this situation is a tough one, man. I'm going to be real. I'm agreeing with you, man. I'm not telling on my peoples, man.
That's your fam.
But the thing is, my man got to at least call off to do something, dog. Like, I know it's going to cause logistical issues, but, man, we got to do something where you can't lose your job and your family off that, bro.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is why RICO cases are important, because all y'all need to be in jail.
Not a RICO
you,
case.
Envy, everybody that agrees with this pilot being able to sniff cocaine and
I ain't agreeing with that, though. I ain't agreeing with it.
Agreeing with that. We gonna give him time to tell on himself.
He might do it again.
Yeah.
Y'all acting like it's a one-time thing.
It might be.
So you saying because he gets away with it, he might do it again?
Yes, he
might
probably
do it
already
again,
done it.
But he might do it again. Well, no, he can't do it again now because he's gonna be stripped of his flying ability.
I guarantee you, he's already done it before. That's why he felt comfortable doing it. Oh, I didn't sniff coke and did this before and could get on a plane and go fly. He can't be a pilot.
Now, earlier today, you talked about you had relations with a crackhead, right? How many times did you do that? One time. You did it one time. That was one time. You ain't do it again.
That was crazy. Can you say that again, Envy?
What?
Just start
He said
over.
it this morning.
I know. Just say it one more time, please.
By the way, I've had relations with a crackhead more than once.
Okay.
So he's not even telling
you
the
know
truth.
what? I lost.
Exactly.
I don't want to talk
I don't
about
know why he would even like.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just one time. I thought it was one and done.
One time.
It wasn't one time?
No.
What made you do it again?
First of all, I don't want to talk about my old life, okay? But yes, there's been times I've bartered drugs for sexual favors.
I'm turning you in right now.
I did my time. Okay? Life caught up with me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yes,
gosh.
it did.
Where are we going from here? Oh, 800-585-1051. We're asking, would you tell on the pilot or would you let him tell on himself? That is the question. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here. If you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
A pilot named Mike Benson. Mike Benson is the pilot for British Airways, and he was in Johannesburg sniffing cocaine off strippers' breasts, and then he was scheduled to fly a flight within 24 hours of sniffing said cocaine, and the stewardess told him, as she should have.
So we're asking, what are your thoughts? 800-585-1051. I'm just saying that maybe the stewardess should have told him, look, I am going to tell on you if you fly this plane, so take the day off.
How do we know the stewardess wasn't fed up? How do we know the stewardess is totally familiar with this guy's behavior, and she's tired of it?Maybe she told him a million times, yo, you got to stop doing this. You're putting too many people at risk. If you do it again, I'm going to tell on you. Maybe.
Was he like visibly out of it when he got to the? Oh, he didn't make it to the plane.
He didn't make it to the plane.
Flight. Right. Okay.
The thing about it, if you cool enough to text somebody, I just sniffed cocaine off of 2 random chicks' boobies, you got to be cool. Like that's not a text you just throw.
Where was he at in Johannesburg? What club was he at?
He just said he was at a bar.
Bar. That was. I just wanna.
You wanna go to that bar now?
I mean, it just seems like it's a time at that bar.
Having a good time.
Bar was he at?
All right. Well, let's go to the phone lines. Brittany, good morning, Brittany.
Good morning.
What's your thoughts, Brittany?
Okay, so my thought is, I'm sorry, DJ Envy, I disagree with you in regards to being the friend. I don't feel as if the flight attendant was a friend, because if you were my friend, why would you put me in a position to have such a deep secret for you? This is a life or death situation. So if I'm your friend, why would you give me this information and then want to fly the plane with me and you? We're friends.
That is so true.
Obviously, we're not friends. So, and with that being said, they're flight attendants. They don't work with each other from a day-to-day basis. It's like, I'll meet you today. You don't know the flight attendant that you're flying with. So, if I work with you today, it doesn't mean I'm working with you tomorrow.
They gotta be friends, though.
I'm cool with that.
But they could have been through training together.
Flight attendants only work with each other for that set.
Yeah,
After that, they work with a whole new crew.
Yeah, but you can train with someone. When you train with, like, my flight brothers and sisters that I trained with, I don't even fly no more, but like they family, so they could have trained together. There's other ways that they could have met, and then they ended up on the same trip together. What you're saying is true, though. You don't. Sometimes it can happen, but you don't always fly with the same people. But they could have known each other outside of that. They can be instructors together as well.
Hey, by the way, he could.
Yeah, but also too, even that. Unfortunately, the funny thing is, when it comes to, if you're gonna work with your family or friend, why put your family and friend in that position? That's why it's not good to work with family and friend. But if I met my friend at work, why? If I'm your friend, why you put me in a position to know such a deep secret with life and death?
By the way, he might have just been high. He might have still been high and running his goddamn cocaine-fueled mouth. All right?
Marcus.
Hey, good morning.
Marcus, so let's say your buddy tells you something. You gonna snitch on him, or you gonna tell him, look, you can't do this, you gonna hold him down?
It's not just something.
First of all, I almost cut you out because ain't no snitching. Ain't none of that. But you pull your boy to the side and you let him know, hey, my guy, you're wild.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're bugging right now.
Yeah, you tripping, B.
Yeah, but that don't cure the problem, okay? All of that does is, is giving a little Band-Aid to the actual problem. This isn't something a Band-Aid and a little Neosporin can fix. This needs surgery. And that surgery
if that's your boy,
no,
you're going in. You're not going to let that continuously be a problem. That's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Your boy it's no excuse. Like, you can punch it out with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I love you. I ain't doing this because I don't care. I'm doing this because I care about you.
Now, Marcus, now that brother fired. He ain't got his family no more because now his wife done found out. All bad.
Well, first of all, hey, man, you're a grown man. You got to, I'm going to pull your coat. You're a grown man, though. I'm going to let you know, you're wilding. But after that, man, I can't, no, because I got my own family.
All right. Well, thank you. What's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is don't do cocaine, don't drink, don't do cocaine, drink, and fly. Don't do cocaine, drink, fly, and tell people that you was doing cocaine, drinking, and flying, because they probably tell on you as they should. That's the moral of the story.
No, the moral of the story is, where is this bar in Johannesburg?
Oh, yo, you stop it, man.
That's the real winner in this situation.
The bar in Johannesburg?
If the name of that bar came out, I promise you people will go visit it.
You could find cocaine in Delaware, Loren. The problem
I'm
is
not trying to find
it's probably
cocaine.
mixed with Rihanna's makeup, and Rihanna's makeup mixed with cocaine has been taking people out.
I don't understand that joke when you say that.
What do you mean?
The Fenty. Oh, fentanyl. Oh, okay.
But I'm bumped.
I didn't think it was a joke.
I said, but I'm up.
Fentanyl is not a joke.
I know, but okay.
All right, it's all right, Lord.
From Delaware, see how people from Delaware don't take anything serious?
If you're listening, shout out to my people from Johannesburg. Please hit up Lauren in her DMs and tell her what bar that is. All right. Now we got rumors on the way. What we talking about?
Yes, we are talking about Shanquella Robinson. There was that cease and desist that went out to the creator of a Tubi series called Street Legal. We exclusively now have the response to that cease and desist back to Ben Crump and Shanquella's family. Yes.
Okay. We'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa is here.
Yes.
And let's get to the rumors.
Loren Lorosa. So I've been here for a little bit. Move out the way.
This is the Rumor Report.
I think a lot of people will recognize the voice and the name.
On the Breakfast Club.
Lauren came in hot.
You know, I came in telling the truth. So, not too long ago, a few weeks ago, we broke a story over at Brown Girl Grinding. Oh, that sounds so good.
There you go.
That Shanquella Robinson's family, via their attorney, Sue Ann Robinson, were actually served a cease and desist to a man named Dennis Reed II. He is the creator of a Tubi series called Street Legal. And he has a episode in this series called Frenemies, where during that episode, it's kind of like a Law and Order, but it's like the black version. And they did a storyline that was very similar to what happened to Shanquella Robinson with the whole trip over to Mexico with a bunch of friends, and she ends up dead and the friends leave her and all that stuff, right? So Shanquella's family saw this and they were not happy with it. Sue Ann Robinson, who is the attorney for the Robinson family, is working alongside Ben Crump, and they are trying to get this episode of the series removed. They claimed a bunch of different things, like, misrepresentation of like details and facts, the wrongful use of like Shanquella's likeness and image and all this stuff. Now we now have exclusively the response to that cease and desist that was sent back to Shanquella Robinson's family by a attorney called Gregory J. Reed. Now, this attorney, on behalf of Dennis Reed, the creator of Street Legal, is saying that all of this is just, it doesn't make any sense, and this is all false. They start out by, number one, apologizing and saying, we are so sorry to hear about the unfortunate events that led to Shanquella's death. However, they want to make it clear that everything that they did, they were in legal right to do it. So one of the things that they point out is that the Frenemies episode is fictional. They say that in the beginning of the episode before it starts, and that because it's fictional and it's about something that was in the news, that it is protected by their First Amendment right. The second thing that they say is when it comes to the unauthorized use of Shanquella's likeness and image, this is not a valid claim because at this time, the state of North Carolina, which is where she was a resident of, has not deemed her heirs the right over her likeness, image, or use of publicity. They also go into the fact that the character that plays the woman who is killed, which the family is saying this is Shanquella, is a girl or character named Nicole. Nicole does not resemble Shanquella whatsoever. She is a lighter skinned woman. She's covered in tattoos, so she doesn't look like her to say that, or to claim that they are trying to use the likeness in the image. And they basically just go on to say that, there is not any actionable claim based on this fictional episode to move forward with any lawsuit or whatsoever. Now, when the cease and desist was sent, they made it very clear, Sue Ann Robinson, Ben Crump and team, that if this was not pulled, that they were going to move forward and take legal action. So it doesn't sound to me like Dennis Reed and team seem to, like, I watched it last night. It's still on Tubi. I don't think that they plan to pull it down. So I understand where the family is coming from here. I know, like, when I first found out about the Tubi series, Shanquella's dad had actually sent it to me. He was very upset about this.
I can see why.
It's an open wound. You know what I mean? Like, that's his baby. But on the other end, if everything that they're saying in this response is correct legally, I don't think that they would lose this one.
You mentioned Law and Order, but they do stuff like that all the time. Like, I've watched Law and Order sometime, and I'm like, that's exactly that case or exactly that situation. So I always wondered what the legalities were.
Yeah, I'm not really for sure on all the legalities and how you go about that, but I will say that it was set up the same way that Law and Order leads into it. Like, they let you know it's a fictional depiction. They, you know what I mean? They try and stay away from certain stuff, but there are certain things that remind you, like, okay, that was that case that we saw in the news.
And not just legalities, morally and ethically, why would you want to do that? I can understand if the case is like 10 years old. But when there's these fresh cases that aren't even like a year old, 2 years old, I'm like, damn. Y'all that thirsty to do something?
So when we first broke the story, and anybody that wants to follow us and kind of, see the news that we break and keep up with our conversations, follow Brown Girl Grinding, all common spelling, or me on Instagram, Loren Lorosa, or Twitter. A lot of what was said was, this is them keeping this in the news and in light, like, because Ciofalo passed away, no one has been
I get what you're saying.
arrested.
Keeping away that's on the case.
Yeah, no one has been prosecuted for it. Like, there's a whole lot still unsolved and untouched.
Well, get the money to the family then.
That's an option.
To me, if that is your actual angle and that's your intention, you got to give all the money, all the proceeds to the family.
Right.
Now, granted, that wasn't said directly by Dennis Reed II, but that was a big conversation when we posted it in the comments. Like, well, this is just bringing light to the situation again, because a lot of people said that they had forgotten that it happened, which is so sad because someone lost their life. But
give the money
it's
to the
the news cycle moves so fast.
Right. Get the money to the family.
I mean?
Open a fund in her name. Something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I will see how this plays out. Again, though, with me reading this response, it seems like every claim that was threw at them in the cease and desist, they had a counter for it as to say why legally they were able to do what they did. So I guess we'll see what happens. I know for me, it made me go watch it. Have y'all watched this series?
No.
Okay. Yeah, the acting, I think it's just Tubi in general, though, but the acting was a bit, yeah. But anyway, we're going to move on to something else that has to do with storytelling. Charlamagne back in the Rumor Report.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me act like I don't know what's going on. Tell me, what I do?
It's not a bad thing. It's about your movie, 88.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was a guy that actually reviewed your movie. His name is escaping me right now. What's his name?
I don't know. I forgot. I saw this yesterday because somebody sent it to me because I guess it was going viral on TikTok.
That's TikTok, sir. TikTok, sir.
This TikTok.
Whatever.
TikTok, yeah. So I'm going to look up his name once we're listening to the audio. But he did a review of your movie, and it broke down why he believes that this movie was such a great movie, but also why black media was scared to touch it.
I haven't seen an African movie make people in the West this angry before. The movie is called 88, and it was produced by Charlamagne the God, directed by a Nigerian, and hated by the black-owned media in the West. And I believe that there may have been a coordinated effort to suppress the distribution of this film. The movie follows the journey of a mathematician turned finance director who works at a super PAC, who finds a strange numerical pattern in the donations they are receiving and works with a Wall Street insider to uncover an elaborate money laundering operation. If it was a bad movie, no one would care. But the problem is that this was actually a fantastic movie.
Okay.
One of the best written and acted films of the decade. But there's actually a long history of black filmmakers having their films suppressed for offending the wrong people. I have to say I really admire Charlamagne for producing this film and the director essentially going on a kamikaze mission by making it. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you see the movie 88? And do you think I'm being too conspiratorial by thinking that black media is intentionally suppressing this film?
Right. Go ahead. Why would they suppress it?
I have no idea. I don't know what that person is talking about. I don't know if any of that is true because I promoted it, because I produced it. It was at the Tribeca Film Festival. It got bought by Samuel Golden Films. It was in theaters. Then the Screamers started picking it up. It's on Apple TV. It's on Amazon. It's on Hulu. It's on Stars right now. So if folks wasn't supporting it, I didn't notice because the film has been doing well. But don't worry about who's not supporting it. You go support it.
That's right.
You're getting money. Let me roll some Stars.
I'm not.
Right.
It's about the opportunity.
I'm trying to make it out of Delaware. Let me hold some.
Salute to Brandon V. Dixon and the Tori Naughton and Orlando Jones and the director Aramose. 88 is a great film. Go check it out.
All right.
It's on all those platforms. And I appreciate whoever did that on TikTok.
Charlamagne the God.
Yeah.
TikTok.
I don't care. You don't got to get the name right. He got the name of the movie right.
There you go.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's the Rumor Report. The mix is up next. Let's go.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren Lorosa, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
You back tomorrow?
Yep, back tomorrow.
Okay.
Friday, Freaky Friday, oh Lord.
Give them your Twitters and Instagrams, Loren.
It is Loren Lorosa, Loren Lorosa, and Brown Girl Grinding, all common spelling, Brown Girl Grinding. Follow all the pages everywhere. Join the conversations too. Hop in the comments. Y'all be in the comments arguing, but we love to see it. We love the conversation and engagement. So come on over.
All right. When we come back, we got the positive note. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, but I want to remind y'all, man, my 3rd annual Mental Wealth Expo is happening October 7th at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. You know, this is an event where I bring together some of the best therapists and psychiatrists and mental health experts and mental health advocates. It is a free event. Everybody's in free from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Dr. Rita Walker, Dr. Alfie Breland Noble, psychotherapist Elliot Connie, Carson Daly. Me and him will be in conversation. You know, both of us are big mental health advocates. Just to name a few people that'll be there. Angela Rye, my good sister Angela Rye will be there. So 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Marriott Marquis in Times Square, October 7th, my 3rd annual Mental Wealth Expo. We'll see you there. Go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more information on that. Free event, free event, free event. Now, the positive note is simply this. Maybe the journey was never about us becoming something, but rather us unbecoming everything that isn't really us, so we can become what we were meant to be. Have a great Thursday.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?